What's up, football fans? I'm Emery Hunt, the czar of the playbook, and don't forget to check out and grab your copy of our two latest book releases, Football: A Love Story and What Did Football Teach Me? Visit our website at footballgameplan.com/books and get your copies today. Now that Adrian Peterson is back in the fold for the Minnesota Vikings, you know they want to get the ground game going, and they're going to have to run the football versus a very tough front seven, I still believe, in San Francisco. So when you look at what they can do when they see, let's say, an under front, I'm going to show you how they can still run their power play versus this under front and get Adrian Peterson on the edge to where he can probably hit a lane and take it the distance. On the outside, you want this wide receiver to go attack this strong safety because you want Adrian Peterson one-on-one with the corner who doesn't want to tackle anyone out there on an island. Now, what you're doing up front is your classic power game. You want to block it back. Boom, block back. You want to make sure you get him hooked. Block back. Boom, boom. Because we're going to hit it hard and heavy right here. Bow, with that fullback, pulling the guard around. He's going to lead up in the hole, perhaps get the backside backer and have him work that way. You still attacking with your counter. Verse out. Hand the football off. Now, I'm sorry, with your power. Now you have Adrian Peterson. He can either take it inside, right here, right in the hip of that pulling guard, or bounce it outside. Now he has the receiver crossing face, blocking a strong safety, putting him one-on-one with that corner, and that's a battle that AP will win 10 times out of 10. So this is one way they can get that job done versus, let's say, an under front. If they see that versus San Francisco and they are worried about getting outside in the running game, blocking like this versus that defense, that particular defense, I think could lead them to success versus San Francisco.
The biggest X factor in this game for San Francisco will be the play of their defensive line. You look at guys like Glenn Dorsey, Ian Williams, Quentin Dow. You look at what they can bring in reserve and rotation from Tate Carradine or even Tony Gerard Eddy or even Mike Purcell. Even if they can get something out of Eric Armstead, however they work their defensive line, I think how they play versus this Vikings interior, which I believe is the best part of their offensive line, could ultimately determine how well they do in this ball game. And I look at the linebacking core for the Vikings being the biggest X factor in this ball game. Not only do they have to stop the run, worry about Carlos Hyde, they have to also be able to match up versus Vernon Davis. They have to match up versus Reggie Bush. And they also have to worry about this guy back there at quarterback named Colin Kaepernick. So their linebacking core will be put to the test this week versus San Francisco. I like Minnesota in this ball game. I think this one will come down to which offense can you trust in the clutch. I think when you look at what they have on paper and how well they've played together, you have to say Minnesota right now is slightly above San Francisco offensively. But I think this will be a low-scoring defensive ball game. Let's not kid ourselves. San Francisco still has a tough defense despite losing a lot of key players in the offseason. I think this will be more of a 17-13 type game, but I trust Minnesota's offense because of Adrian Peterson and what they can do from the quarterback position in the passing game to ultimately come away victorious. And I also want to give a huge shout out to Viking fan forums and 49er fan forums for always showing football game plan support.